Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Welcome to Special Report Morning Edition, brought to you by KC Securities. Thank you very much to Dan over at KC for that. I hope you're having a good vacation, and Dan will be back next week to do the weather again on Monday. I'm here with my co-host, Alex Parr. How are you?
Long sleeve was the wrong decision to make. I am so uncomfortably hot today, and it's only going to get worse for me from here on out. But it's Friday, so there's some silver lining to that.
Yeah, it is. It's going to get warmer this weekend, too. And we had another heat wave yesterday, heat warning, sorry. So I was loving it. But
of course.
I got to... Actually, I went to Canadian Tire yesterday. The lineup was literally like out to the road.
I thought we were over that. I know when it first opened up, it was like that every single day, and then it was a
I think
ghost
they were lining up for fans.
Yeah, right. But what do people need at Canadian Tire now? I thought everybody had their greenery stuff, their planters and whatever it may be.
Yeah, apparently not. And then I didn't end up going to Canadian Tire because the lineup was so long. We'd been in an hour standing in the parking lot. So we went up to Walmart. Now we got in pretty good, maybe 15 minutes, that line.
Okay.
So that was a little better. It's the first time I've been to Walmart actually since March 21st.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, too.
Yeah, every time I tried to go before, it was like lined up. I mean, at one point I went to go and it was lined up all the way down and around to Michael's. Yeah.
What do you need from Walmart that bad? You need to save 15 cents on a can of beans that bad?
Yeah, it was amazing. So I every time I've driven by, it's always been... I've been like, oh, man, that line's way too long. This time, at least the line was still in front of Walmart.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Improvements.
So that's a big improvement.
Moves.
If you know where Michael's is compared to Walmart, you can kind of see how much shorter the line is.
That's how you know you were running out of things to do during this coronavirus pandemic when we're comparing Walmart lines from day-to-day basis.
Yes. Well, they are actually letting more people in the store now, which helps as well.
And the city's doing a few more things. They're reopening, so there'll be some more things to do, but we'll dive into that a little bit later in the show.
Yes, and one of the things, speaking of politics, Doug Fort's going to be on today. Christine Elliott, he explained why she wasn't there today. This is actually, yesterday was the first press conference Christine Elliott had been since the beginning of COVID-19.
Coronavirus, she's got it.
No, she's at her cottage. Another C. She's at her cottage, not COVID. So,
so did we go back on Trudeau saying we can't go to camps and stuff like that, or?
Well, no, you can go to your cottage and stuff.
I remember when this first happened, he was like, "Whoa, we shouldn't be. This means staying home. Don't go out there." And then, like a week later, he was out there.
Yes. So, no, you're allowed to travel around to your cottage and stuff.
Social gatherings of 10 people?
Yes. It's all. You still have to do the social distancing, all of that stuff. But you can go out to your camps or your cottages and stuff now. So she's at her cottage for a couple of days, getting some relaxation.
Some R&R.
Which is great. And then today he's going to be on with Monty McNaughton. And so there'll be that one. Will probably have something to do. I mean, he's the Minister of Labor, Training and Skills Development.
Think it has anything to do with the farms?
It could be. Maybe some sort of a new regulation there with regards to migrant workers.
Something to do with CERB maybe, but I think that's set in stone for a little bit now. I think another 8 weeks they extended it.
Yeah, and that's a federal thing too.
Yeah.
Okay. But the farm thing is an issue. The Ford government has now been forcing themselves onto several farms for testing because some farmers are still resisting for some reason. And most of the cases actually in Ontario are coming from those farms.
Well, I can
the nail salon in Kingston.
I can understand maybe the workers not wanting to leave because they're worried about their job security. Are they going to have a job when they go back? But I mean, there's got to be some safety measures for them to be healthy and to still be able to have a job to fall back on.
Yes, yeah. And speaking of stuff reopening, at least in our area, bus rides. You're now going to have to start paying again.
Yeah, your wallets are about to open up.
Your wallet is about to open up for $2.95 or a bus pass, whichever way you choose to use the bus, because the front doors are now going to be used again, which means that they can now collect fares, and that will start on July the 6th, which is basically Monday. And the city it's been a major drain on the city's finances not collecting any fares.
Right.
So now they're able to collect the fares again.
My question is I mean, if anybody's on Facebook right now, you can kind of interact. It's a $2.95 bus fare. Would you rather not just pull out a toonie and a loony than go, oh, I got a 3/4 or 2/4 and this many dimes? Like, I mean, like, what's an extra nickel at that point? I would pay the 5 cents for that convenience, honestly, at that point.
Yeah, and also at that point, too, you're dealing with cash. And in some places are now not even wanting cash. So the money is going to be cycling through the bus system. I'm assuming they're cleaning it or something because of COVID-19. I would hope they are sterilizing it or putting it through something.
Now, I've lived in Sault Ste. Marie, born and raised my whole life. I was in school in North Bay, but North Bay is not really too different from Sault Ste. Marie. Down south, do they have like a tap that you can do on the bus? Like if I just
There's
pull
a Presto card. There's
Right.
a bus pass per month that you scan. Yeah.
Okay, like something like that maybe
Yeah.
should be implemented. I know they have the cards here too, but I
Yeah.
mean something like debit is kind of the way things are going. Tapping
Yeah.
it, maybe that is something to look into.
Yeah, well,
Free
the,
idea.
the fare machines don't work. Actually, there's a story on it months ago, but they're fixing the fare machines because they're losing so much money.
Yeah.
So anyways, but who knows when the machines will actually be fixed. I did the math on it and how much money they're actually losing a year, and it's could be millions.
Wow.
Porter Airlines, they're extending their shutdown here in the Sault Ste. Marie Airport until August 31st. Porter also wants you to know that if you have any Porter ticket between now and August 31st, you can either change it for a different ticket, or there's no cancellation fees to get your money back as well.
Perfect.
Because obviously that is not the rider's fault, nor is it really the airline's fault, but they're taking the
No, but
the
yeah,
brunt
I
of
don't
it,
think they get any good PR if they went,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not our fault, it's not your fault, but
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, you're flying
nice little
on
tasty
August-
cancellation fee.
Yeah, you're flying on August 30th, but we're not flying then, so we're going to move you to like September 1st and charge you a cancellation.
Yeah, charge you a
Change fee?
cancellation fee,
And
give
the
you a
change
ticket
fee,
for a date
yeah.
that you can't leave because
Yeah.
you got work or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, no worries. As the CEO kicks his feet up, yeah. Good on
Yeah.
Porter for no cancellation fees.
And speaking of airports,
Okay.
there is a story up on Sioux Online talking about
Yes.
what is happening at the Sioux area airport for the time being. Air Canada does, and Bearskin both still do flights.
Yes. Now they're
But extremely limited.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So if you do want to know, you can go to the airport. There's just a few things that are a little bit different,
Yeah.
as you can only imagine. You got to wear masks inside
Yes.
and all of that good stuff. But for the full story from Danielle Dupuis, that is up on SiouxOnline.com right now.
Yes. So make sure you do check out the story that we did on it, and then also I would also check the airport before you go, because, for example, you have to have a mask as soon as you're on
Yep.
the property, basically.
Yes.
Which means outdoors and indoors. So there is some restrictions in there, but we're going to go over to Danny Dupuis for a preview of the weather. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning, Chris and Alex. Thank you so much. So we're behind me right now is just an aerial view of Sault Ste. Marie, and as you can see, there are a few clouds coming in, and I will be back to go in deeper as to what's going on for the next 3 days and as well as over the week. But as you can see, like I said, there's just a few clouds moving in. It is going to be nice, hot, and sunny. Again, we have a humidex of almost 95%. So it's just going to completely be kind of sticky. But remember, like we said, stay hydrated, put that sunscreen on. And when we come back from a commercial break, I'll go into deep about what exactly to expect over the next 3 and 7 days. We'll be back after this commercial.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back to Special Report Morning Edition. I'd like to thank KC Securities for sponsoring both the morning and afternoon edition of Special Report. Thank you very much, KC Securities. Okay, we got a Facebook shout out from Tammy Lynn. Good morning, Tammy, and thank you for wishing us a good weekend. We very much appreciate it. If you want, when we are live, you can interact with us through our Facebook page, through the video there, Facebook Live, and we actually get your comments live in the air. So if you have a birthday wish or anniversary, or you have a question about something that we're talking about, you can actually pop it into the chat there, and we can interact with you live on the show. All the other chats we actually don't see until we're off the air. So that's the one. If you want to be with us live, that's your choice.
Yeah, it is the internet though,
Yes.
so most comments are probably going to be pretty negative. So if you think we suck, hey, that's another comment. We'd appreciate a comment.
Yeah, well, all comments count, right?
Yeah,
Gets the
for
comment
sure.
count up.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, gonna go over to Danny now for the weather. What's happening?
Hey, well, we have a lot going on right now. As many of you know, we're also in a heat warning right now, so temperatures around town are going to be scorching hot. It's going to be looking at 30. It's going to feel like 34. That's for today and as well over the weekend. We also want to encourage people to remember, be hydrated. Make sure you have your sunscreen on. If you have small pets, make sure that they're inside hydrated, all that fun stuff. And that weather warning is actually going to be in fact for over the weekend as well. Like I said, we see the temperatures hot in the city, but closer to the lake, it's a little bit cooler. So over the weekend, though, I am going to have to say there is a chance of showers heading into Saturday. It's going to be a high of 30 with a low of 17. Those showers are going to come in midday, and that could last all the way up until Sunday as well. Even though Sunday looks to be a little bit sunny, those clouds are still coming in. Sunday, again, it's supposed to be a high of 30 with a low of 17. We do expect showers on Monday and Tuesday. The temperature, again, is going to be around those 28, 29, high 30s for the majority of the week. And there, like I said, there's a chance of showers. So if you are out and about this weekend, make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you have lots of sunscreen, everything. Even though it is going to be a mix of sun and clouds, that Human X coming through is still very, very hot, and it's going to continue like that. We are going to come back for a full weather forecast, but heading back to the desk.
Thank you very much, Danny. And speaking of weather, if you want to go somewhere that is air conditioned, something is opening up. What's that?
Yeah, a lot of things opening up at Sault Ste. Marie, but following stage 2 of Ontario's reopening plan, July 7th, which is this upcoming Tuesday, you can go back to the Sault Ste. Marie Museum. A little bit different. Everything reopening is a little bit different than before COVID-19. You got to wear a mask. You got to call ahead or email ahead by appointment only. Now, they were really stressing the fact that you got to wear a mask to not only protect yourself, but to protect the artifacts. There's different things that people are going to be interacting with there. And honestly, nobody wants you coughing all over it, so leave your masks on. And if you are coughing, don't even go. But yes, museum, one of the many things that are slowly starting to reopen and making sure you can still enjoy some of your summer here in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes, and speaking of stuff opening, if you want to cool off, another way, pools. Yes, okay, so they're not open yet.
Okay.
But we're getting there. So John Rhodes will be opening on July 13th.
So you're telling me I didn't need to wear my swim trunks under my dress pants?
Not today, no, not unless you're going to a beach somewhere. So that's awkward because he's actually wearing them below the table.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry.
And then Manzo and Greco outdoor pools are going to open July 15th.
Okay.
The Bellevue Park splash pad for the foreseeable future will be closed. It has to pass an Algoma public health inspection, which is going to happen next week. And then I'm not sure how long after that it will take before the pool is actually open.
Is there a limit on the
splash pad.
people? I can only imagine there is, but is that really
I would
strict?
imagine that there would be limits in all the pools, and then also limits on, I'm not sure how they're going to do the splash pad, but somehow limit the amount of kids in the splash pad at the same time.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. I guess it'll also be up to the parents and the kids themselves to actively be aware, like, okay, this may be too many people.
Yeah.
We've been super smart, Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, and if you want to go on frozen water, the Memorial Gardens is closed because it's a temporary COVID-19 overflow hospital. But the John Rhodes Ice is expected to open on a limited basis when Stage 3 is announced by the Ontario government.
Awesome.
So there will be ice time available there. However, the city parks, their playground and outdoor fitness equipment is remaining closed, and its use may be permitted in Stage 3.
Yeah.
So for the time being, you can't take your kids to the park onto the jungle gym and stuff, but they can go run around on the grass.
Rightfully so. I don't think anybody wants their kids touching what 50 other kids in that same day.
Yeah, I mean, kids wipe their face, they touch their face, then they're touching everything as they're climbing all around. I mean, it's like a daycare. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very hard to keep a daycare clean. It's very hard to keep that clean unless there's someone there.
Yeah, for simple terms,
Yeah.
no matter how great you think your kid is, all kids are disgusting. All kids are gross. I was a kid. I was gross. You were a kid. You were gross. Just the way the world works.
Yeah, gross kids. All right. All right, so we got to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
A message from the Government of Canada.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
And welcome back to Special Report Morning Edition, brought to you by KC Securities. Alex and I were just having a little laugh there in the break.
New show ideas coming.
Yes,
Big things in the works.
We got a new show idea coming. Probably have to be on late at night. Alrighty, I'd like to say hi to Marilyn, who I actually met yesterday in Walmart.
No way.
So yes, hi to Marilyn, and it was great to meet you yesterday. And now we are going to be talking about the YMCA. Okay, so they've had a fundraiser going. It ends actually tomorrow.
Yes,
it's
and
a
it is.
virtual run. And we have a video here with Tracy Cook, who is the CEO of the YMCA. Roll the tape.
Can you just explain to us how your first virtual event went?
It was phenomenal, you know, given the heat that we had yesterday. I was a little bit nervous, you know, to making sure that, you know, people were able to stay hydrated and still able to participate. But the photos just came pouring in of people who got out with their families. You know, there were stories of how someone had set their goal of running a 5K and they weren't sure if they were going to reach it, but they did. So just so many great stories of participating, and even myself and my husband and our 3 children, we participated together as a family, which is it's a really great way to celebrate Canada Day.
That's so great to hear that your first virtual event went so well. Do you mind explaining to us what your fundraising efforts have been? Was there a set goal or anything like that?
We had hoped to raise $5,000 and we have come very, very close. So I think last check we were around $4,800. The donations are still coming in, which is amazing, and we're going to keep the campaign open until Saturday, hoping that we might reach and even surpass our goal.
And with these funds, do you plan on moving them somewhere, or are they going to be staying in-house? Do you mind explaining where they're going to be allocated to?
We typically have what we call the Strong Kids campaign here at the Y. In general, that supports the work that we do here, allowing children and families to have access to programming and just everyone have a place where they belong. So we've kind of coined this as strong communities because since the pandemic has come, we know that there probably will be even a higher demand for our services, and the pandemic has hit charities like ours very hard. So we're hoping that this will contribute to allow us to open back up even stronger and provide these important programs for people in our community.
And that was Tracy Cook. She's the CEO of the YMCA here in Sault Ste. Marie. And so their fundraiser ends tomorrow. So if you can help out with that at all, that would be greatly appreciated by the YMCA.
Right. And last I knew, they were about $200 shy of that $5,000 goal. So we're hoping that somebody out there will be able to see this and maybe do their part for the community. Talking about the YMCA, lots to do with sports and physical activity there. So let's take it over to the sporting world, but when it comes to major sports. Now, I know a lot of people were curious as to whether the Blue Jays would be doing their training camp in Canada, playing their games in the States, or whatever it may be, but we know one thing now. They do have permission from all levels of government, and they got the okay from the league to start training camp in Canada. Now, this is just training. This isn't talking about their games, which they are trying to get in Canada. One thing that, honestly, I'm not too big of a fan of, I don't think you need to bring up X amount of baseball teams from the States who have been training in Florida all summer just to keep rotating in and out through Canada. I see the benefit for the Blue Jays, of course, but if they play their home games in Canada, that means they're just crossing the border X amount of times as well to go into the States to play their games.
Yeah, and the top 4 states for cases right now, new cases each day, is Florida, California, Arizona, and Texas. So
I just don't, I understand where the Blue Jays are coming from, but they really need to see the bigger picture when it comes to this. Now, I know obviously before the season gets underway, they will do a complete round of testing, just like the NBA did, and I have the numbers here for their coronavirus cases. So testing began back on June 23rd in the association, and now 25 of 351 players have tested positive. There's also been 884 team staff tested between June 23rd and 29th, and 10 have came back positive.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, and you may think, oh, only 25 of 351, but then one airborne illness can get a whole locker room. The Clippers just shut down their training because of a coronavirus case. And with the season set to get underway July 30th at the Disney Wide World of Sports Complex in Florida, I'm cautiously optimistic that this season for any major sports gets underway. I just don't see it happening.
And we have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. welcome back to Special Report, brought to you by KC Securities, and we're going to go over to Danny for the 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Chris. So before the show, we're just going to do a little bit of a recap of what's going on for the next 7 days. So today is Friday, and it's going to be mainly sunny with a high of 30, and heading into tonight, it's going to be 16. Saturday, there is a chance of showers with a high of 28 and a low of 16 heading into the evening. We have Sunday, it's going to be sunny, a high of 30, and then heading into the evening, it's going to be 17. On Monday, there's going to be a chance of showers as well. It's going to be a high of 30, and then it's going to be a low of 18. On Tuesday, we are going to have a few showers with a high of 27 and a low of 17. Come Wednesday, it's going to be a mix of sun and clouds. It's going to be a high of 29 and a low of 19. And heading into Thursday, it's going to be cloudy with showers, 29 and a low of 19 into the evening. For more, back to the desk.
Thank you very much for that update. Looks like we're going to have some rain in the near future. So
just don't ruin the weekend, please.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, at least one good day. One good day.
I'll be happy with one. That's all I need.
Yeah, I told my girlfriend this morning, oh, we can go to the beach again this weekend, but if it rains, then that's going to kind of dampen those plans.
But do we have one of those drum kits in the background?
Dings for that dampen the plants?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yeah. And I did it speaking moistly, like, yeah, like
I
was talking about a while
the
ago.
Collective cringe from everybody at home and myself.
Yes, the good old Justin Trudeau, please don't speak moistly, as if someone would speak moistly on purpose. Okay, speaking of federal government, the new North American Free Trade Agreement, used to be called NAFTA, it's now called CUSMA. Which stands for Canadian United States Mexico Agreement, has gone into effect.
And how much did somebody get paid to change that name?
Trump just didn't want to call it NAFTA. He wanted to stick his own name on it.
Oh, he just needed to be like NAFTA.
He needed to be different, that's all. Yeah. So anyways, about $400 billion a year Ontario doesn't trade with America, and about 1 in 5 jobs in Ontario depends on trade. So obviously, coming out of this economic recovery, we need to have a very strong economy. This is going to help with that. It solidifies all the issues that we were kind of having with the U.S., even though the old NAFTA was being sort of like respected, but it technically wasn't still law. Okay. So there's like a gray area for a bit there.
They were playing fair to most degrees.
Most degrees, yeah. So anyways, this also protects our aluminum and steel industries, our farmers, and also our agri-food sector, which were areas that the Trump administration was going after, trying to, they put on the aluminum and steel tariffs, things like that. Right. Now we have an agreement in place. Hopefully the Trump administration will actually follow it. But yeah, so for the rest of the day, you're going to have news updates. You'll see Alex later in the day do news updates, plus the 5 o'clock news tonight. Join us back here at 1 p.m. for Special Report Afternoon Edition. We'll be with Doug Ford and Monty McNaughton. And also, check out my show tonight at 7 p.m., The Chris Oldcorn Show. So have a great morning, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma, and we'll see you back here at 1 p.m. See ya.